What's the best way to meet people as an adult? I see everyone saying meetup, activities that interest you, etc. That's all good, but unless you are willing to put yourself out there in conversation you might have a hard time. I love live music, but I go and enjoy the music and really don't make connections, so you need to be open. Hobby specifically, ones that get you out of the house. It gives you an easy thing to talk about before things get personal. Most people love talking about their hobbies with other people that also do them. Since graduating college, I seriously think almost every friend I have made has been through my hobbies. Everyone is going to tell you to find hobbies, go join some clubs etc. If it was that easy, we'd all have huge groups of friends and this wouldn't even be a question. As someone who has trouble meeting new people and developing relationships, especially since I've moved so often in my life due to situations out of my control, I have found that complimenting people can go a long way. Society can be very harsh and we as people tend to allow our emotions and insecurities drive us. If you see someone wearing a shirt for a band or movie etc. that you really enjoy, it will be no problem doing the hardest part, which is beginning and continuing conversation. From there you can go into other topics about some local places you enjoy, and before you know it you'll have a new friend to go to events and bars with. We're all looking for some form of companionship in life. Some are just easier to admit and accept it. Find an activity that you enjoy and join a group. Hiking club, volunteer organizations, something that positive and stable people would be involved in. If you are seeking more of a relationship, the people you are with will know someone you might find to be a good match. Adult sports league. I met my wife at adult kickball. Everyone would hit the bar afterwards and ice was already broken, super easy to talk to anyone and be yourselves. No matter what activity is going to get shared here, awkward people and introverts need to accept you're going to feel awkward or uncomfortable doing any of this. The bright side is that if you do it enough it gets less awkward and you get better at making friends. Prepare to be vulnerable, prepare to feel uncomfortable, then prepare to feel really good once you figure it out for yourself. Edit. I don't want to pretend I speak, or know what's best for everyone. Any one source of advice is definitely not one size fits all. People who really think they have it all figured out are not being honest. If you want something, try non-destructive stuff until you figure it out, and when you fail or other people fail you, try to be easy on yourself and them. Tap the shoulder of the person in front of you in line for Starbucks and ask, "What are you getting?" and pant heavily. If you have a dog, take him to a social group for dogs, that way you can make friends with other doggy people and your dog makes friends too. Wanna meet? Winking face. Volunteer for something you believe in. Guaranteed people with similar values around, automatic conversation starter, and worst case scenario is to make the world a little bit better. I've been wanting to make new friends but it's so hard because people think I either have some sort of agenda or they think I am trying to sleep with them. Then again, anyone need a friend? Most people are gonna say follow your passion and do you, and people will come, but it hasn't worked out so far for me. Climbing gyms. It's a lot more easygoing and laid back than a regular gym environment, and in many situations you need a partner for belaying or spotting for outdoor bouldering. It can be a little weird to break the ice sometimes, and I'd be lying if I said that everyone is friendly and outgoing. Most people are still in the zone of whatever routine they're in, and some good climbers are downright arrogant or cliquey, but chances are, if you put yourself out there and take the first step to say hello or ask what the person is working on, you're likely going to make a new friend. It's like any conversation with a stranger, no one wants to be the first person to put themselves out there, but doing so will almost always garner respect. This is gonna sound dumb as hell, but Reddit, go on your city's subreddit, or nearest major city, and post what you're into and a bit about yourself. When I moved to my current city nearly 3 years ago, we befriended other Redditors by making a Facebook group. Basically all of my current group of friends stems from people I met from that group. Edit. I'm sorry y'all live in unfriendly cities. Good luck with that. Hobby groups, or prison, your pick. I have a gun, get in the van. Knocking on your neighbor's door and asking if they want to play. Solo traveling. I have friends from all around the world and I have actually visited them in their countries and stayed with them, made some lifelong friends that way, but you gotta be open to casual conversations in buses, trains, flights, hostels, bars etc. Pretend to be a kid and go to school. Grind R. Wham bam thank you ma'am. Hang out somewhere that you have an interest, a bookstore, a game cage, whatever. Volunteer, edit, cafe, oops. Meetup.com or something like that. You can find your hobby there and there's probably a club near you that you can join. Bumble BFFs is great, it's an easy legitimate way to meet platonic cool friends. If anyone is in Edinburgh and fancies a pint, I'm always in the beer house on Leith Walk and happy to talk to complete strangers. Anyone else, happy to Discord, Skype, play Battlefront 2, Forza Horizon 4, whatever. 45, male, don't give a garbage, not trying to shag anyone, seriously, it would literally kill me. Wait until they are at least 18. Volunteering is how I met my fiancé. I am a 22-year-old stay-at-home mother of a toddler, and outside of my relationship with my boyfriend and our daughter I have almost no contact with anyone else, ever. I live in a small town too, so outside hobbies, especially ones I can do with my daughter, are almost out of the question here. It's hard, man, so fluffing hard. Honestly, make use of the internet. For example, I travel quite a bit for work, and so I'm often by myself in a city or country that I'd never been to, and so I used to get lonely. One day I decided to use Reddit to hit up strangers online to explain my situation and ask if I could buy someone a beer. I ended up meeting a dude over in Taiwan. He brought out some of his friends and we ended up having a really cool time together. The best way to meet people as an adult is to simply make a real, genuine effort to meet people. Join something, anything, but preferably something you like to do. Show up regularly, even if the people you meet the first few times aren't your BFFs for life. Just seeing the same people on a regular basis helps. Then over a few months you might click with one or two and develop friendships from there. I never found meetup events to be helpful in that regard, however. Meetup at a brew pub. 14 out of the 15 people who show up, oh, I don't drink. Guess I misunderstood the point of today's activity? Go to a community center or the equivalent in your area and join a group activity for something you enjoy doing. I met some of my good friends and even my wife signing up for a softball league on a whim that I saw posted. Strip club. Volunteering at local soup kitchens, dog shelters, etc. You meet high-quality people with hearts of gold. Hardcore introvert with bad anxiety here. Look through your local community college class catalogs and look for the non-credit weekend classes they give on a wide variety of things. It's a good way to get out and be around people. I never took one that you had to do any type of serious group work and you can ask the instructor in advance. Hell, you may even enjoy taking a class for credit for career advancement and meet other adults doing the same. Can't say which is the best for you, but here are some that might work. 1. Hobbies. Most of them can be made into social activities, it's just a matter of finding a group that meets within reasonable traveling distance. 2. Political, activist groups. This is good for putting you in touch with like-minded people and getting involved in issues you care about. 3. Faith-based communities, i.e., church, mosque, synagogue, etc., can be a good starting point if you are religious. 4. Volunteering. Find like a dog shelter or soup kitchen or something and go help them out. Charity events can be a lot of fun. I started doing pro bono photography for one group and met a new friend there, plus, the events can be fun. I was on a riverboat cruise last month for free because I took pictures for them. Have children. Then your kids play with their kids and you meet. Take some MDMA and go to a rave. Invite them somewhere, then trap them under a cardboard box using a Snickers. Alcohol. If you're someone who is introverted, which I'm assuming, then I would say doing the things you enjoy while also making an effort to be more social. I find that it's mostly about getting yourself out there and having the courage to take that first step to talk to someone even if it doesn't always work out. Find ways to make your interests more social, like going to a convention instead of sitting at home playing video games, or hang out at the library if you like reading books and try talking to people there. If that still feels too intimidating, do some group activity that forces you to meet new people, like practicing a martial art or joining a chess club. If all of that fails, there are a lot of services online that are made specifically with the purpose of making friends. Go to a music festival. I went to Bonnaroo last weekend with 3 friends, came back with 10 friends. Get some dogs. I have 3 and can hardly go out in public without 1 million stop and chats. If no people show, the dogs are there to comfort you. I made a friend because I was wearing a Bjork shirt at a bar recently. Although I wouldn't call myself antisocial, I don't generally go out of my way to talk to people, but when this person commented on the shirt, I welcomed the conversation. It just felt nice to make a connection with someone, like many people here are saying, based on a shared interest or hobby. If you can stomach it, simply complimenting someone in such a situation can get you pretty far, I believe. Walking down the sidewalk with your head down and texting. Just in general to open up your circle of people? Make friends at work, school, to meet people to maybe date. Go to your coworkers, classmates' social events, BBQs, B-day parties, and meet their friends. Ideally they won't also be your coworkers. If everyone at your work, school sucks, join an intramural, public sports league like adult-aged softball, soccer, etc., and repeat as above. Bonus. You end up with a healthy, active hobby. Don't do sports, take a class at a community college, go to a lecture series at your local museum, find a local band and go to all their concerts. Basically find people who like doing the same things as you do.